Hey, yo, guys! I've literally just finished. We finished this stream with you guys over on Rumble. I don't know, 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago. And you just set it over at Sobs. I was going to go and say hello to Sob. And I went there and it stopped. It finished. It was a little too late, so it was one of them. Yeah. So, no, I was while we were watching the films and that, I seen something that I wanted to do a little reaction on. About someone who thinks he's a vegan Jesus. I just came across it, so it looks mad. So I thought, let's have a look at this. Vegans, like when they're putting their agenda out there, you know what I mean, trying to force it on you. Vegans, fine, be vegans if you want to be a vegan, but don't try and force it everybody else and try and make everybody else feel guilty. These stupid demonstrations where places sell meat food and stuff like that. It's silly. It's silly. Yeah, but first of all, I just want to explain, yeah, I've changed my channel name. It's not, I mean, you still know it's me. It's called PJ's Angling for Truth. Now, it's not because Flats changed his name. They changed the name of his channel. That's what reminded me. You know what I mean? That's what kind of pushed me to do thinking when he did it. It brought me back to thinking about it because I did want to change it ages ago, about a year and a half ago, to Illuminati at one point, but then I thought, no, Angling for Truth. I went, no. But then I thought, if I change it, then new people that sub, if they come into the lives and see my name there, they might start. I'm used to being called PJ, you know what I mean? But if they see my name and they're being Angling for Truth, they might start calling me Truthy or Angling or just Angling for Truth. And I want to be called PJ. But then I just thought, yeah, just thinking, well, put PJ in the title. So that's exactly what I did, just put PJ in the title. I was thinking just PJ, but then PJ, then stroke Angling for Truth. But then I thought, no, I'll just put PJ's Angling for Truth. So yeah, just give you a quick look. And also, in every one of the videos now, I'll have a watermark in the bottom right corner. It's a guy who's standing on a fishing boat and he's caught a fish behind him. He's sitting there with a rod, standing there with a rod. There's a fish behind him, and on the fish it says the word truth, angling for truth, because angling here is fishing. Angle's got a lot to do with life and everything, but angling for truth. So there's truth on the fish, but because it's small in the corner, you won't really see the word truth unless you zoom into it or whatever. But yeah, it's just to show you that basically. So yeah, here it is. There it is. PJ is Angling for Truth. I hope it doesn't make me lose subs. Well, I just lost one because that was at 578. Now it's on 598, but now it's on 597. And I don't know if it's YouTube or just actually people on subbing, I don't know. But anyway, yes, I didn't do it because Flats did it. It just prompted me to do it. I wanted to do it ages ago because I thought PJ Cruikshanks is just a plane. I need a name for my channel. But now, yeah, I've got a name for it, and it's still got my name in it, so people will call me PJ. I know it's a long name to type in, whatever, but you don't need to do it. Just, I mean, come on, you don't need to type it all in. I see the things in the chat. It's all good. Right, got my coffee, and I want to react to this video. I can't quite remember the channel's name who made the video. I just come across it. I probably will subscribe. But I will put his link in the description anyway. But I do not know. So let's get back to that. But I do not know. I can't remember. Sorry, at this point, what the name of his channel is. But I've got the video. I just want to react to it. It's apparently some cult vegan thing where this guy thinks he's a Jesus, the vegan Messiah. That's a problem. That's a problem. Be vegan if you want, but you can't be the Messiah. You know? Definitely not. So let's get it up. Let's get it up and just get started. Let's just get started, or else this will be a massive long video. The last one I did was an hour and 7 minutes. This one won't be so long. It shouldn't be so long as that. Maybe half an hour, 40 minutes or something like that. But let's get going then. Let's get going. Let's get it. Present a video file. Actually, present a video file. Take myself down now. Present a video file now. And here we go.
So I've mentioned a few times before that most of the vegan people that I come across on social media are a bunch of annoying, preachy losers. And I'm sure
they are, like the vegan teacher. And then you've got the vegan teacher's daughter, which is not actually her daughter. She's just someone that goes around protesting about people eating meat and doing stupid things. She's actually up for charges and stuff like that. Got to go to court. Some of them are crazy. Fine if they want to be vegans, but don't push it on us.
most of you have experienced that as well. Well, as far as my channel goes, I've really only talked about a few, which includes, of course, that vegan teacher.
What do I think of somebody who pays for the torture and of innocent animals?
That's not what they said. They said,
well, that's the vegan teacher. I didn't even know she was in it. Didn't even know she was in it. She's just a menace. An absolute menace. She can't keep her nose out of anything. She's to the point where even Gordon Ramsay replied back to her. It's crazy, crazy.
call me Chris.
I don't think that's a
not her
very
name.
nice person.
Tosh Peterson.
It's the animal holocaust! This is murder! Every single product in this store is murder and animal abuse!
Vegan Gains. I've mentioned Unnatural Vegan a few times. Zana Samsonova as well.
Vegan Gains, that's right. It's that guy. He actually said, I mean, he actually debated Flat Earth once. And the Flat Earther told him in his model that the horizon is meant to be like, start 3 miles away. It starts to curve out. And he said, and he actually really didn't know that it was meant to be like, surely it can't be that close. You're wrong somewhere. No, go check it. You know, so he didn't even know that. But yeah, he trains, he's got muscle, so what? And he's a vegan. But the things he says is unbelievable. He says things like like when babies scream, he wants to stomp on their heads. Said horrible things like that. He's an absolute ass.
But today we're going to be talking about the vegan Jesus. Now, he doesn't call himself.
Now, I've never heard of this. I mean, the other two, like the vegan teacher and that, absolutely. But this vegan Jesus, next vegan Messiah, Jesus, whatever, never heard of it. Never heard of it. I just come across it and I thought, wow, that looks interesting. Let's have a look at this. PG reacts. Let's go.
The vegan Jesus. But if you've never heard of Earthling Ed, you're going to understand why I call him the vegan Jesus. Because in my opinion, the persona he portrays not only makes him look like a pretentious asshole, but also somebody that thinks that they're more
pretentious asshole. That's a very good way to describe some people like this. Pretentious asshole. Because they're pretending. They're in fantasy land. You know, they don't know what they're playing with.
morally superior, ethically divine, you know, truly stands above the crowd and may as well
divine. I mean, what about veganism is divine? How can you be a Jesus, a Messiah of veganism? It's ridiculous. It's blasphemy, actually.
be the Messiah of the vegan universe. Because not only does he make plenty of content around veganism and how it's just ethically better than any other sort of diet, but he also has written several books on just how to shit on those nasty
There you go, vegan. This is vegan propaganda. That is basically going out and harassing people. That's what that is. It's ridiculous, man.
mouth-breathing carnage like it's child's play. Now, he's also a self-proclaimed best-selling author. Yeah.
Best-selling author for vegans? Really? I mean, yes, people buy that books, but you're best-selling author of vegans. Yeah, lovely story. Lovely story, writing about veggies and stuff. Come on. Come on.
Best-selling author to the few thousand vegans that purchased your book, I'm sure. But yeah, if he's a best-selling author, then I guess I am too. The Elevator Man, horror mystery story. Buy it on Amazon. It's in the description. Don't support this vegan loser. Support the Curl King. He's super cool and funny and awesome. And I have a book, and I'm a best-selling author, just like Earthling Ed, except better and way cooler.
I have no idea what I was talking about. Like I said, don't know this guy. Channel looks cool. You know what I mean? I would like to say I will put his description, his link in the description. But yeah, I'm thinking he seems like a decent guy, dude. So why not? Why not? Like I say, it's new to me. It was just that, and I seen the title. I was like, oh, I'm clicking on that. Seen the guy. I just watched it for 10 seconds. Downloaded that. Thought, yeah, let's do a video on it. Let's do a video on it. I've been doing quite a lot of video reaction videos lately. It keeps me occupied a bit. It makes me tired, so I could try and sleep. But yeah, no, I like putting the content out for you guys. I just like trying the truth, you know. And this veganism, look, deception behind it, that's for sure. And it's not coming from the righteous side, so to speak.
Now, I've stated many times that going around telling people about veganism and, you know, how it could be good for you in certain ways, you know, that's one thing.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. If they want to promote their veganism, that's fine. But to try to impose it upon you, you know what I mean? And accuse you of being killers and murderers, not just because you eat meat. Promoting it, fine. As long as you're not aggressive about it. Simple. If you want to tell people about your veganism because it's good for you, cool. That's excellent. But don't impose your agenda on someone.
It becomes a whole nother issue when you try to pass it off as this just ethically superior lifestyle that everybody needs to be a part of. Otherwise, they're subhuman pieces of shit with no morals. And that's exactly what all of these people on social media that I've come across do. Earthling Ed.
That's it. The vegans that are aggressive and trying to impose upon you, they're accusers. They're accusers like Satan. Satan accuses. They accuse you of being murderers, accuse you of being cruel to animals, accuse you of all this sorts, man. It's ridiculous. Then they come along with blood and things like that, fake blood, and pour it on things and wreck cafes, and it's not right. It's not right. It's demonic, to be honest. It's demonic. That's why I'm covering this as well. You know?
Being no exception. In fact, I
get the truth out there. That's what we need.
I think this is where a lot of current social media vegan influencers get some of their information from his books and from his teachings. And nobody's really talked about this guy in the commentary space, so I may be one of the first to do it. So welcome aboard, people, on the crazy shit train. Let's get this mother rolling. He
blanks out his own swearing. Good, I like it, because I don't really like a lot of swearing in my videos. But you can't help it sometimes. Sometimes they pop up in videos. Sometimes you say it yourself. But fair play to him. He's peeped it out. It's good.
Chew.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, my goodness. She's naked under that. Why? Oh, maybe because all the clothes are made from animals or something. Why be like that? This is to try to attract the gadgets, the men.
It is butcher day on the homestead, and we are getting ready to butcher about 55 Cornish cross hens.
So I don't know if you guys have come across homesteading videos.
This is who it's about. This is the vegan messiah. Apparently. Allegedly, I don't know. I've never, like I said, never come across it before. Seen the title, obviously with messiah, and vegan, I was like, what? It's a bit wrong. Let's have a look.
On social media. Homesteading has become a really popular trend across platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and these homesteaders portray this way of life as being a really simple and connected and peaceful and compassionate way of living and producing food.
When are they peaceful? Yes, some vegans are, of course, but the other ones are aggressive as hell. It's crazy how bad they are. how they impose their own way of life on you.
However, there is another side to this narrative which I want to discuss in today's video. Now, it's easy to understand the appeal of producing your own food. However, beneath the romanticized portrayal of backyard eggs and home-raised meat is actually a dark web of incompetency, narcissism, and violence, which actually sustains the very
Oh, us that's not vegans are narcissistic. Oh, I see. I see. I see. When the aggressive vegans impose their agenda, their way of life on you, and accuse everybody of being murderers and stuff like that, then I think it's you guys. It's the narcissists. Wow.
cycles of harm that homesteaders claim they're trying to address. Now, of course, you could be a plant-based homesteader and decide not to exploit animals, but in today's video, we're going to be looking at those who would
But
rather
no matter what you get, even being a vegetarian and being another type of vegan of some sort is not good enough. It's got to be his way.
have more than just soil on their hands.
Yep, you got that right. Big sigh. Let it out. Let it out. I know that's what you want to do.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yes, the vegans are complaining about peaceful homesteaders now. And he's been doing this for a while. This isn't his first rodeo. This isn't the first
There are people that are vegetarians or something like that. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me.
time he's complained about peaceful homesteaders. Now, obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory, but for those of you that might not be familiar with the term homesteading, it's essentially living off of your own resources. You know, you grow your own crops, you slaughter your own animals.
Oh, no, you're right. Okay, I didn't realize. I thought it was vegetarian, but no. It's like you do, yeah, self-sufficient, but also with meat as well. Sorry about that. That's my bad. My bad.
You provide food
Correct myself.
for yourself, right? You know, a simple life that a lot of people used to do, like back in like the 1800s, very normal. And most people nowadays agree that this is the most ethical way to source your food, whether it's your vegetables or it's your meat. And the fact of the matter is, that's just the truth.
I actually agree with them. There's nothing wrong with being self-sufficient. In fact, coming at the end of times, not taking the mark might have to be self-sufficient. You know? Unless you take the mark, then you're done for. Then you're done for.
It really is. And even most vegans are like, yeah, people that are getting their meat source ethically are winning. You know, like good for them. But then you have these maniacal nut jobs like Earthling Ed, vegan teacher, and all of them.
Maniacal nut jobs. That's a perfect description of them. That's a perfect description. They're crazy. They're crazy. They won't let up. They won't let up. It's terrible.
That are even upset by this. This is somehow an immoral practice as well. It's unethical. And he'll get into why. I'll let him say.
Okay, again, I can go. It's unethical. It's unethical. You're imposing yourself on other people. You know what I mean? To the point, they're assaulting. You know, it's really bad. I mean, I don't keep saying that, but they are really bad. And this vegan Messiah, I mean, like I said, I was attracted to the video because the word Messiah was there. And then a vegan Messiah, I was like, what? So that's why I'm doing it. I know it's not the normal thing I usually react to, but here we go. Here we go.
His piece.
Nice to mix it up a bit, guys.
In this video, and then we'll give our criticism of it as it is well deserved.
Because homesteaders may talk about wanting to make sure that the animals have a nice life and a compassionate death, but humans homestead for themselves, not for the animals. They homestead because of how it makes them feel. Homesteading is also often portrayed as a rejection.
Yes, it's what they're doing. They're surviving on their own. What's wrong with that? It's not done for the animals. No, it's done for them. Doesn't mean to say they're cruel to them, does it?
Of the fakery, materialism of modern society. It's a return to our
materialism. Well, you've got a nice background there, nice old mic, books on the shelves. You know what I mean? A plant and all that. I bet you're doing pretty well for yourself, dude.
humble, and simple roots, producing food
Where's your humility? All I hear is accusations. There's no humility in that.
ourselves. And yet the complete irony in all of this is the privilege that often goes hand in hand with people who homestead. I mean, think about it.
First off, his complaints here are just a fat, juicy, vegan nothing burger. I'm gonna start with the whole, like, the privilege thing of being able to homestead.
He's right. He's right. He's right. It means nothing. I mean, basically, it's just him whining, lamenting. Again, imposing his real life on you.
Said, yeah, you need to have money to be able to do this, but it's not something that should be looked down upon because people are showing this on social media like, hey guys, I'm
Going on, calling everybody else materialistic while having a lovely background, excellent mic and all that, and doing well for yourself through his videos, whatever. Buying things for yourself. Is that not materialistic?
a homesteader. But the difference between them and you is that they don't have this weird moral superiority complex where they're like, well, you should be homesteading. Like, what are you doing if you're not homesteading, you piece of shit, garbage, subhuman, fucking Hitler wannabe cosplay Joseph?
I didn't believe that one. I didn't believe that one. No problem, no problem. But look, yeah, he's right. He's right. And I understand his higher. He's been hacked by it. I understand it. He's not angry.
Stalin bitch, that's the difference.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. They're just showing their life as homesteaders. That's it. And they're promoting.
That's it. They're promoting it because it's a good way of living. So what? So what?
Something positive. They're promoting what truly is a more ethical treatment of animals. And I don't understand how you could see something wrong with giving these animals a good life, a longer life most of the time in comparison to factory farming where they're free range, they're able to roam around.
I agree with them. Yes, sometimes yes, at the end they'll be used for food. But the life they get in the time before that, then at least they're not being cruel to them. I mean, come on. God put these on earth for us. It's simple as that.
Around and be able to enjoy themselves. And yes, at the end of the day, they are your food and you're going to make sure that they end up on your plate. That's their purpose in this situation. These animals have been bred for
purpose. That's it. He's right. Purpose. We have a purpose. They have a purpose. Is that not their purpose? You know? To live. You know what I mean? Do what they do. Walk around the fields and that. Chewing cud. I mean, making milk. Oh, I know. Oh yeah, and they go off the head if you're milking cows as well. You know? Yeah, what you call it, an abuser. Or a predator of some sort. It's bad. Keep saying that.
Generations to be food for humans. I had some people, I want to shout out, if I can find the comment, I'll show it, but I might not want to dig for it. But this lad in Russia here talks about how he tried to be vegan, or they, I'm not sure what they identify as. So sorry if I misgendered you. But
I would, well, he goes on about misgender and all that. I mean, that me, I don't care about stuff like that at all. So I won't talk about that. To me, there's two genders, that's it. Male, female.
But they tried to be vegan in Russia in a village and it was impossible. They could not get the resources that they needed, the fruits, the vegetables.
Expensive as well. It's very expensive as well. And they do that for a reason. You know? Right, but so if it's hard to get stuff and it's very expensive, then that Messiah, that vegan Jesus must be materialistic too, because the stuff is really expensive. He's a hypocrite.
And stuff were stale, they were rotten, they were inedible, like non-nourishing. If this person stayed on a vegan diet, probably would be dead by now. There are so many instances all across the world where it is just not feasible. And even not just the extreme of like not being able to get the resources that you need. The majority of people need those proteins and vitamin A and other
Being a vegan the stuff that you get to eat. I mean, soya, tofu. I mean, plant. Yeah, of course, fruit and all that. Vegetables, ace. And your body needs the stuff that's in them foods, but it also needs the stuff that's in meats. If you notice, vegan people, I mean, apart from vegan gains, he's muscular, but I think he's roiding up the way he is, the shape of him. You know, the vegans can't eat what they eat and get to that size. I don't think so. There's not enough nutrients. Vegan teacher, skinny as hell. Skinny as hell. You know what I mean? You don't see a fat vegan.
Nutrients that only really come from meat because the plant substitutes aren't sufficient for their bodies.
That was the point, yeah. Yes, the protein's not the goodness, the nourishment that comes from meat. Your body also needs that too.
And therefore, it's like they didn't get them in the first place. You call yourself Earthling Ed.
I mean, even vegetarians. I mean, they eat cheese, eggs, things like that. You know, so they do get they get more proteins than a vegan would.
But all you give a fuck about are the animals that people eat.
Sorry, I say proteins. I don't really know what proteins, but more nourishment anyway. Nutrients.
But clearly you don't care about the billions of animals that die just for you to get your vegetables, which we'll get into later.
Which that is true. Which that is true. I'll let him say it when it comes to it.
Or your fellow fucking humans.
Can't stop him because it's his video. I'll be happy to do it. Yeah, let's go, guys.
Who couldn't survive without animal products.
You have to be able to own a plot of land or be able to live off a plot of land, to have the time to produce your own food, to have the financial
So, if you buy a plot of land, so what? So what? Do what you want, mate.
independence to be able to do so. Most people who are living in cities and who have jobs and who have bills to pay and who have careers to fulfill do not necessarily have the desire to homestead, let alone the capability of homesteading. But it also overlooks...
What? Is he contradicting himself? Being ironic? What?
It's a very simple practicality issue, which is it's just not possible to feed a growing population of people in homestead environments because homesteads are an inefficient way of producing food.
Yo, wannabe vegan Jesus, you literally just outlined one of the biggest issues with global widespread veganism. It's impractical in so many fucking ways.
Practical, because the stuff you need to be, all the stuff you need to have as a vegan is really hard to get. There's a lot of stuff you need for the nutrients.
It's impossible.
The nourishment. It hasn't got nothing. Like chewing a stone. Or sucking on a stone. Don't get more nourishment out of sucking a stone. Listen, guys, I know nothing about the nourishment and nutrients and all that kind of stuff, but come on. I kind of logically know that vegan food hasn't got much.
To feed everybody on this planet on a vegan diet and have you...
I doesn't agree with them now. Not on the vegan stuff, but on the planet. It's not a planet. We're on a flat plane, level plane that God created. And it tells us about it in Genesis, beginning of the Bible.
The human race survive. Hey dog, we didn't get to where we are by just eating corn and carrots, okay? We didn't get these big intelligent brains by eating grass.
And there's nothing wrong with eating corn and carrots alongside a steak.
Humans had to adapt, evolve. We had to do so much to survive the elements.
Yeah, I know this video is not about cosmology and stuff like that, but evolution and talking about those kind of things. I disagree with them. Obviously, we didn't evolve; we were created by God.
To survive nature, to survive time, and for the majority of the last several 100,000 years, we've been eating meat, and for good reason.
Yeah, and I have to disagree with that. We haven't been on this plane that long.
reason. Now, I already brought up the Russia example, but there are so many countries you wouldn't even think about, like Japan, that are so heavily dependent on animal products, which includes like fish, includes cattle, you know, chickens, whatever it is, that they would just simply not be able to get by without them. Now, you're over here talking about privilege.
Fish, very big in Japan. And the sauces and everything. Understandable. Understandable. Fish is brilliant for you.
And stuff, which is really ironic because you have the financial privilege to be vegan as well as the desire to be vegan. A lot of people don't have that.
That's trying to impose your way of life, your veganism onto someone is not going to work if they're not interested in it. If it doesn't appeal to them at all, they're not going to take it. You can't force someone to take it, you know? Don't know why I'm looking at that screen. It's because I'm usually on live, isn't it? And use that over that screen. Just what I said.
It's so ironic that you're using this privilege thing as a way to combat the idea of homesteading, when again, these people that are homesteading aren't saying everybody should be doing this. No, they're just showing their lives as homesteaders, and that's it. But you like to
And if they're showing their lives and just showing how to live, but they are promoting, just say they are promoting their homesteading way, that's okay. That's fine. They can do that, but as long as they're not pushing it on people, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's okay. It'd be okay if the vegan teacher and all that promoted their stuff, but to impose it upon people, no.
think that everybody thinks the way you do when they live a certain lifestyle, that they're trying to promote this to everybody because that's what you vegans do. But no, they're not like you. They aren't doing that, and I don't understand why that's such a difficult concept for you to grasp. And even if they were, and they were doing it in a practical way, like, hey, if you can afford it, consider growing your own, your own fruits and vegetables. Consider having your own chickens for eggs. A lot of people actually do that. They have their own chickens just for producing eggs for.
Even in the city, place I lived at before here, it was in quite a big area with houses and all that. You know what I mean? All over the place, and tall tower blocks and stuff. And every 6 o'clock every morning, I used to hear this the chickens going, cock going, and stuff. Chickens, people had chickens. It's quite common now.
Them. But of course, you guys see this as an enslavement as well, even though the chickens probably couldn't care less about you taking.
Exactly, they can't fly anywhere. You know, they jump up, flap about, and drop down. Why would they care if they're in that environment? Probably don't give a crap.
Their unfertilized eggs. Hell, half the time they eat them themselves. Get your privileged, pretentious ass on somewhere and come back to reality and realize just how.
Like I said, it's a good word for pretentious. Pretentious. Because what they're talking about is rubbish. They're pretending. They're not in reality.
Privileged you actually are. Do you have any idea how expensive vitamins are? My wife and I recently started taking vitamins just so that, because we're not vegan or vegetarian, but we don't eat a lot of meat either. Like, I enjoy like fish.
I don't eat tons of meat. I like meat, of course.
But where I live, I don't really have access to fish, unless I want like frozen fish or fish that I don't like salmon. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just not something I really prefer. I'd rather eat something else. So I don't even really eat fish ever. And then the only meat I pretty much eat somewhat regularly is like chicken, and that's not even like every single day. And so because of that,
everybody eat meat. Everybody eat meat. Wow, words ain't coming out. Everybody that eats meat eats chicken. I love chicken. Everybody loves chicken. It's a standard, isn't it? It's a base. It's a fundamental meat. Everybody eats it. By default, I would say everybody loves chicken. If you're not a vegetarian or a vegan. Obviously.
it's wise for both of us to take supplements, which I know it sounds really ironic. You guys are like, oh my God, the Curl King's one of them. No, I'm fucking not. I just know what I need to do to be healthy, and so does she, and we do it.
That must be the name. It might be the name of the channel as well. Curl King. I can't remember. I'll put it in the description.
You know, she isn't super happy about even eating chicken. Like, she would probably be vegetarian or vegan if it made sense for her health, just because of how she feels morally towards the animals. You know, she understands that it's a necessity for her to be healthy and to live a long, healthy life, and therefore she does it out of obligation, not for her taste pleasure, not because she's some kind of immoral fucking lunatic, just because she wants to be healthy and live a long, healthy life. So she overrides that.
That's it. People can take things in balanced measurements, you know? If they're interested in health and all that kind of stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. But like I said, to keep imposing to be a vegan, I mean, not eating meat at all. I mean, yes, she eats vegetables as a vegan, but the other stuff is synthetic, bloody horrible crap. Like, I mean, tofu and bloody, what you call it? I can't remember, I said it earlier. Can't remember, it doesn't matter. But it's like plastic. It's like plastic.
Emotional feeling that she gets when it comes to meat, and she'll have chicken, and that's about it. And me, I'm somewhat similar. You know, I'm not a big fan of eating red meat. This is why I don't. It's because I personally don't like the ideas of eating
See, some people just eat meat, but they won't eat other meats. That's fine.
cows. I don't mind that other people do it at all, especially
Okay.
if they're being mindful about their health.
Exactly, it's his choice. He doesn't want to eat beef because he likes other stuff better or doesn't like the way it's processed. Well, that's fine. It's them. But don't be imposing stuff on people.
Or if it's just a good food source for them, perfectly fine to me. Now, I draw the line in some places. Like, I personally feel like people shouldn't eat octopus, but that's just because of how intelligent they are, and a lot of people don't know it. And I felt like even if they did,
See? His opinion, people shouldn't eat octopus. That's fine. That's fine, absolutely. It's up to him. That's his prerogative. But he doesn't push it on people, you know? He doesn't push it on people. Because it's his opinion. It's about him, how he feels about it. But he's not trying to impose himself because of it.
know, they probably wouldn't care still. But even then, if I go to a seafood restaurant, I see somebody eating octopus, I'm not gonna be like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, you immoral piece of shit that's worse than Hitler and Joseph Stalin and Jeffrey Dahmer combined. Fuck you, asshole, immoral bitch. Like, I don't.
He's quite funny, isn't he? I like this dude. He's funny. I mean, I'm not keen on all this around and all that. The way he does it is quite funny. I like him.
Do that. I just ignore it and move on with my life because it's none of my fucking business. But you goddamn vegans think you're just so morally superior that even when there's people
Really do. They think they're the ones that are right and good and everybody else is evil. But through that, the actions that they do, can they not see that it's more evil than what they're called, how they're accusing other people? It's nuts. It's like they're blind to it. Go look in the mirror.
peacefully homesteading, providing food for themselves, you have to somehow find an issue with it. It's truly incredible and remarkable.
99% of the chickens that are raised for meat here in the United States are factory farm chickens. So when you ask me how we can do it, when you go to the grocery store, that's what you are supporting.
One of the most obvious and clear problems related with animal-based homesteading is the flawed logic that these people use to ethically justify what they're doing to animals. Just because it's possible to do something in a less harmful way does not therefore ethically justify what it is that you're doing. I mean, there are a variety of ways that one could traffic humans, but just because you could traffic humans in a less harmful way does not make that form of human trafficking morally justified.
Bad analogy. You can't equate that to bloody what you're talking about.
You're still doing the fundamentally immoral thing.
Let me use
How? If they were made for us, if that is what they were made for, by God, for us to do with, it's fine. What God says goes. Jesus says it's fine. It's fine. You know? Jesus multiplied fish. He ate fish. It's fine. What God says goes. Simple.
his logic against him for a second here. Let me get into character real quick. Ah, yes. Just because you could do something in a more ethical way doesn't make the whole thing ethical. But in my case, since I only eat grass, that it shouldn't
Tell you what, he's done not bad with the accent. That's really good. That's really good, actually. Not too bad. Not too bad. Perfect.
matter billions
That was an oxymoron, wasn't it? Not too bad. Not too bad. Perfect. No. Well, that's not oxymoron, but I was redundant. Sorry. It was redundant. I said the same thing twice in different words.
of animals die to fertilize the crops that I consume on a daily basis. But I'd be dead wrong, you see. Just because it's incidental death through pesticides, culling of wild boars that eat the crops, it is still murder at the end of the day. Therefore, the plants that I can
Like say, the murderer, the accuser. To me, it sounds like Satan. Something demonic going on there with the vegans. All vegans, obviously. These ones that impose themselves, I mean.
consume still contributes to the deaths of billions of animals, though not directly, but it is still morally wrong and evil. Therefore, I should just drink
I don't like the signs he's making with his fingers there. That's a little dodgy. It's a little dodgy. Old OK666.
water and survive off sunlight as the plants do.
I mean, it could just be coincidental because he's imitating someone. I don't know.
Yeah, that's your logic, Earthling idiot. Because even though you guys like to pretend that there aren't billions of animals dying for your crops that you eat, they still are. But your logic is, I've seen this before, that it's incidental death, so it doesn't matter, it's not a big deal. No, yes it is. Because what you just said, just because it's more ethical, it doesn't change the underlying principle that it's still killing animals, right? Which is the big problem. And use this little example of trafficking humans. Again, we are not about to
That's what I said. It was a bad analogy. You can't equate it to what he was talking about.
compare trafficking humans to cows being killed for food to bees being exterminated for you to grow crops like almonds and fucking avocados. Because if you want your logic to be consistent, then all of these things need to be equal, but you can't cut out, just because you want to, that part about billions of animals dying because of incidental deaths. Okay, what about the wild boar that are being shot so your corn can get to your dinner plate? Now, unless you are growing your own crops on land that has never been inhabited by any animals, you don't evict any creatures, nothing, you don't use any pesticides, and you kill nothing, then you are not being ethical either. Unless there are absolutely zero animals dying for your food consumption.
Doing it again with the other hand. Just did it there again. Dodgy, man, dodgy. I was liking him though. Yeah, I seen that. He did it with the other hand. So yeah, keep my eye on you. I'm only joking. Some people just do it it just happens. Sometimes your fingers are just comfortable in a way when you're expressing something. But other people obviously are doing it intentionally to show things hidden in plain sight about who they're with, But yeah, that's not this video.
Then you are not being ethical either by your bitch ass logic. Well, Cow King. No, but nothing. Shut the fuck up.
And again 3 times. So I think it's just because he's expressing something, it just comes naturally when you start acting something else or expressing.
Listen, you can have your opinion and eat it too, but shut the fuck up.
So just because pigs and chickens might have more space in a homestead environment does not therefore ethically justify exploiting and killing these animals. These people are not begrudgingly raising and killing animals. They're not just distraught that they are having to slaughter animals, but doing so because it's the most compassionate and ethical thing to do.
He sounds very culty, doesn't he? I mean, I don't know who's got a cult club or anything like that. I don't know, but he sounds really culty. I mean, come on. Even the title, even what he's called, the vegan messiah, is very dodgy.
They're not stuck in this moral bind where they're going, oh, I really hate homesteading, but it's the right thing to do ethically. No,
What?
that's not what's happening
Yes.
here. These people are not taking a principled stand against factory farming by slaughtering animals directly themselves. And this is what's really, really deceptive and manipulative about homesteading.
I mean, look, come on. Look how thin he is. He has got no shape to him whatsoever. Whatsoever. He's skinny as heck. Now, people can be naturally skinny. But how come it's all the vegans I see are skinny, except Vegan Gains? He's steroided up. I don't care what anybody says. Allegedly. Yeah, no shape to him. Aye, skinny as heck. Skinny as heck. Why? Because he's not getting the right stuff. And he's just done.
It frames this way of life, or these people frame this way of living as being some sort of altruistic and benevolent thing. That they frame
Altruistic. What? I don't even know what that means. I won't even try.
themselves as these caregivers to animals
I knew what the other word was though.
who are operating in these incredibly principled ways and doing so because of the goodness of their own heart.
All right, guys, this video is getting kind of long, and I'm sure you can only handle so much of Earthling superiority complex wannabe.
I don't blame you, dude. The guy is a numpty. The way he's talking about his veganism and accusing people that eat meat, he's looking very cultish. Very cultish. Calling other people narcissists when the narcissism was coming from him. My opinion.
Jesus at a time, so I will be giving you a break shortly, and there will be a part 2, but let me finalize my thoughts a little bit. This is
Yeah, part 2. So part 2 I can do as well. That'll be excellent. I didn't know that. But that means I can do a part 2 of it when he brings it out. That's excellent. That's cool. That means I've got a video coming. Planned. Brilliant. And yes, remember Vicky asked about Vlad when we were streaming last night. Vlad will be doing his testimony on my channel at some point. We haven't sorted it out yet, but I like testimonies. I like to get testimonies on my channel. It's always good to promote Jesus. Always. God. You know? So he'll be coming on at some point to give his testimony. Be his. Can't wait.
the same thing I say to vegan teachers, like, have you ever looked in a mirror and said these words? Because I feel like you need to have these words.
Like what I said earlier. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. You just... It's ironic. It really is ironic what they say and do. You know? It's like... Definitely ironic. It's also projection. Projection. The projection what they are like onto you.
Words said right back at you for you to realize something important, that this is exactly what you do on a daily basis, you morally superior piece of shit dumbass. The fact of the
Well said.
matter is, somebody choosing to not partake in factory farming and ethically sourcing their own meats themselves is a good thing. They are absolutely correct. It's not like they're trying
Their choice. Up to them. They haven't done nothing wrong. God put these animals on this created plane for us.
to portray some false narrative like you guys do every single day. This is reality. This is the truth. Because the fact of the matter is, we are omnivores. It is necessary for us to have animal products.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with them omnivores, our teeth and all that, cuts up meat and back ones chew it up and all that, but I don't like using omnivore and stuff like that and herbivore because it derives from evolution, which I think is evil. You know, we're on a created environment. We're on a plane that's created by God. What he's saying implies evolution, and that is not true. Getting tired now, guys. I'll be finished soon. Get this video out as a premiere.
For us to have a couple bites of chicken a couple times a week. because I've already pointed this out before. Vitamin A that you get from plants is a different nutrient that has to be converted into vitamin A, and not everybody's body can take that converted nutrient and use it efficiently. So most people that are on a plant-based diet aren't actually getting vitamin A in their system at all. Then
Yeah.
there's B12, which
Like
comes
I said, look at the state of them. They're all skinny rakes. They're all skinny rakes. Except vegan gains, who's on roids. Allegedly. My opinion. My opinion.
really only from animals. I know there's the whole like it's from a bacteria that the animals consume or blah blah blah. Yes, that is very true. But even the synthetic or synthesized B12 requires animal products to create. So those that are eating it through supplements are still consuming animal products. So if you
See, make some hypocrites maybe.
want to be truly vegan, you can't take your B12 supplements. Sorry. And if you don't do that, you end up like a crazy lunatic like all of these people. So I don't recommend that. And not just that, but some people don't even digest animal proteins as well. Their bodies can't use them to the efficiency that they could use animal proteins. And then they end up malnourished. No matter
That's what I'm saying. Look at the state of them. They're skinny. All of them. All of them. They've got no weight on them whatsoever. Surely they get fatigued very quickly. They're probably not admitted though.
what you guys want to believe, no matter how much you try to fight tooth and nail that people don't need animal products, you're wrong. And that's why all of you guys are such fucking lunatics. Some people are fortunate enough to be able to get
Sorry about swearing, guys. I don't like it. Like I said, I was attracted to the title. Didn't know be swearing that, but I think he's an alright dude. Could swear less. But
by on a vegan diet for a while.
he's obviously not a Christian or anything like that, because he believes in evolution.
A lot of nutritionists say that, yeah, people at certain age groups that aren't experiencing certain things in their life, like they're not pregnant, not breastfeeding, they're not athletes, they're not a bunch of different things. Yeah,
Sorry, let me correct myself. Just because some people believe in evolution doesn't mean they're not Christians. It just means they don't know the full truth. That's all. I take that back.
you'd probably get by on a vegan diet for a certain amount of years before it actually starts to really affect them in a negative way. That's just the fact. You guys can deny and deflect and ignore these fundamental truths all day long, but there's a reason that only less than 1% of the world is vegan. Have you thought about that? You're in the wrong. You can take all that moral superiority bullshit and shove it right up your vegan asshole.
Nice way to finish, dude. Nice way to finish. Come on. Well, I wouldn't have gone that far, like, but fair play, fair play. Right. Let's get out of this. There we go. There we go. There we go. So there's it. There's it gone. There's it. We've done another video. Just thought I'd get it done. The title attracted me. I need to get some videos out there anyway. You know what I mean? Build up the channel a little bit. Hopefully, I mean, we're nearly on 600. I mean, hopefully in a few months, maybe a year, we'll be on 1,000. Some people say to me 1,000's the hardest, it takes the longest to get or whatever. It's a pain in the butt and stuff, but there you go. I mean, I like to get the 1,000, but if I don't, it's fine. It's all good. And always appreciate all of my subscribers and followers over in Rumble, which they kind of cross anyway. All good. But yeah, again, I'll show you again, just in case somebody comes in halfway through the premiere when I do this. I have changed my channel name, and I'll tell you why. Just share screen. There we go. Right, I've changed it to PJ's Angling for Truth. Let me take a drink. It looks a little bit dry. 2 seconds. Thank you very much. This will be going out raw. It's too long to put in there, I didn't say. Wow, it's got to be nearly an hour. Wow, 60. Sorry guys, I'm making longer videos nowadays. I didn't realise it'd be this long. But yes, I changed my channel name to PJ's Angling for Truth. As you know, my channel was called PJ Cruikshank, just my name, Porter Cruikshank, shortened. And I've always wanted to change it. I mean, for ages I wanted to change it. But I was going to change it to this ages ago, not the PJ's bit, but Angling for Truth. got to change it about a year and a half ago, I think. But then I thought to myself, no, because if I get any new subs coming in, because I'm used to being called PJ, which is who I am, they're going to start calling me Anglin or Truth or something like that, or Truthy or Angler or whatever, I don't know. So I didn't do it. But when Flats changed his channel name, it kind of made me click and think, well, okay, maybe I can't change it somewhere. I didn't change it just because Flats changed his, which some of the trolls will say, that. It just prompted me. It prompted me a bit, So I thought, okay, Angling for Truth. It's fine. People know me as PJ. They'll remember, you know what I mean? So I think, but I was thinking, new ones might not. So I just thought, okay, I'll just put my name now. But I didn't know how, whether to put it for PJ Cook channel. I just thought, no, I'll just put that, because that would have been really long. I just thought, PJ's Angling for Truth. Now I know in Rumble, it's Angling for Truth. That's fine. Got to keep it that. But I like that here. PJ's Angling for Truth. So changed it, and all good. And I'm happy about it. Hope you guys are okay about it. Be cool to let me know what you think. That'd be it. Any comments or anything are perfectly welcome. Love you guys. And get that gone. Right. That's it. Let me get this video finished and I will get it out as a premiere and hopefully see you guys there. Thank you very much, guys. Love yous. And Here the Sun Sets Free is free indeed. Ta-ta!